It's early June, and after an exciting weekend practicing our whitewater skills at the Paddler Co-op, we are headed into the Temagami wilderness for a week-long canoe trip. We go. Slow but sure. The epic scenery we seek comes at the cost of rough portages, a challenge that would be beyond our expectations. First half down.
Take a look. You okay there?
Yeah.
Good view.
Great water.
We have a great campsite here. The only thing we don't love about it is the red ants.
They're brutal.
They already got Travis twice. So we were wearing sandals because our feet were really wet from getting in and out of the boat. But after he got bit a few times, we changed into dry sneakers. This site is really cool. It's nice and open here. So nice area to hang out. We got a nice gentle breeze to keep the bugs away. And then there's a more wooded area where we set up our hammocks. The only issue with that area is it is very mosquito-y. So we're gonna hang out over here, and then when we're ready for bed, rush over there and jump into our hammocks.
Yeah.
Over by the hammocks, there's a nice gravelly site where we were able to pull in with the boat. This area over here has a nice rock slope down into the water, which I thought would make a great place to go collect water for the filter. I'm really glad we didn't pull the boat in there, because when I went down to the water's edge on those rocks to get water to filter, I discovered that as soon as those sloped rocks get into the water, they're like covered in a thin layer of slime and they're very slippery. As I took a step forward to scoop up the water, my foot hit the edge of the water line and I started to slide, and my back foot was not stable enough to stop me. So I tried to like take a step forward to stabilize myself, but then that foot was in the slippery water and I slid right down the rock slope into the water and took a bath.
All I heard from a distance was a yelp like a dog.
I was like, ah!
I didn't know what was happening, and then I just heard, I'm okay, and I was running over here already, so.
I was fine, uninjured, but just wet. But we set up a dry line right in the sun, so hopefully my stuff will dry out. If not, I do have a second pair of clothes.
Yep.
So we started here, right there.
Yep.
Made it all the way over to here. Look at that.
That's a good day.
3.6 plus 3.8. 7.4K. So we had 7K paddle and like a 700K portage.
Beautiful afternoon. Damn.
We did good today.
Yeah, we did.
Proud of us.
It's melty.
Yeah.
Mmm. There's a napkin right here too.
Oh my god. It's so good.
It's very good.
What a fun dinner idea. What a beautiful dinner view.
Mm-hmm. First beer on the trip. Second to last beer on the trip.
Right. First night.
First night
Cheers.
in the books. Cheers. Oh my god, the mosquitoes are terrible.
Is this enough for both of us?
Look at my feet.
It's ridiculous. Mosquitoes are out with a vengeance this morning. Probably gonna eat quickly and get the heck out of here.
Yep.
We're off.
We paddled out of Sharp Rock Lake, through Diamond Lake, and up into the lower section of Lady Evelyn Lake, a massive body of water that covers over 19,000 acres with over 1,000 kilometers of shoreline.
Around this point, right?
Yep. Everything in front of us, all down through here, are all islands.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, even that big one all the way down there.
Way down there?
Way down there, that's called Midway Island. It's probably 6 of these islands in front of us inside.
Wow.
So that just lets you know how massive that lake is.
Yeah.
And it's like 5K to that island. To that big one down there.
Are we on Lady Evelyn right now?
Huh?
Are we on Lady Evelyn?
We are. We're on Lady Evelyn.
Just skirting the edge.
Yep, skirting the edge of the smooth water.
Little.
heard a random sound, thought it was a fish jumping.
We portaged to Cleary Pond and into the western section of Lady Evelyn Lake, where the wind began to pick up as we looked for a campsite for the night.
So it's quite possible it's past these 2 points, because I think I see these 2 points on the map.
Okay.
Dude, this is killer. Would you like to left?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just gonna like dip my food in. Like dip it in my food.
Day 3.
Day 3.
Beautiful morning.
The water's glass.
Mm-hmm. The calm waters of the early morning took us up into Sucker Gut Lake before we would turn south toward the upriver section of the Lady Evelyn River and our first waterfall of the trip.
Onward and upward. We're very alone now. It's nice. No more motorized boats. There's a loon friend up on the water a little on the left. Or is that a seagull?
Nope, I think it's a loon. The seagull's on that one.
Oh, I heard the seagull.
Center Falls is our second waterfall, preceded by the Golden Staircase, a series of small cascades that tricked us into thinking it wouldn't be as grand as the first.
This portage started out flat, but quickly became a tricky maze of slippery rocks and involved traversing a ravine, as well as rock hopping uncomfortably close to the rapids.
Shallow here too. Yeah, that actually works.
Shoot.
While the fall is stunning, the open campsite overlooking the fall was very loud.
Alright, so our next portage is not going to be very far. It's going to be on the right hand side.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because see, that's what we'd have to walk up.
That's what we have to walk up?
We'd have to walk up if we didn't take this portage.
Oh, the portage is before that.
Yeah, the portage is before that. That's why I'm like, we're not in the water very long.
Well, then I'm glad we didn't work too hard to put everything nice if we're not in this long. Upstream.
Yeah. Upstream and a headwind. It's like the canoeist version of walking uphill both ways.
Yep,
I'm looking for what resembles a portage trail.
same.
I feel like it's where this little clearing is. Right here. Straight ahead, maybe.
Yeah.
No, that's it. There's cut trees in there.
Unimpressed with the campsites at Helen Falls, we carried over the steep portage and began looking for other campsite options along the riverway.
This is the portage. So you think it's back there? No way.
No shot. We can stay in that. I guess we got a portage this day.
Yet another portage later and rain in the forecast, we kept our eyes on the shore, eager to make camp for the night.
I see the portage marker.
Where? Oh, way up there?
Right in front. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So, is that the campsite maybe?
I don't think so.
Oh, yep. There's the water. Like we got a portage
That's
around.
why I was confused. I was like, all right, well, if we go down this, we're like committed
Right.
to go down like 2 more portages.
Is that the campsite? Didn't look that close on the map. And that doesn't look like a whole lot of anything anyway. This looks like a shady takeout.
Yeah.
Wanna come right here? From shore, we saw a campsite on the other side of the river and decided to go take a closer look.
All right. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge, I think.
Yep. I wish we had seen it going up. I mean, we can go down and swing around.
Go down and swing around.
Because then we can come up the eddy and just go right to the beach there.
All right. Got the eddy line. There it is.
Really came out of nowhere. Not really, it was gray and then it just started raining hard. See how long it does this.
Today we went up the Lady Evelyn River and we are, I think, only one portage away from reaching the height of land. Today was a really, really hard day. We did a lot of really strenuous portages. I fell 3 times on one portage, but it was also really rewarding. We got to see some really awesome scenery, beautiful waterfalls, and we worked together the whole time. It was awesome. We had a lot of fun, believe it or not. We decided to stop at this really neat riverside campsite. Probably isn't used a whole lot. The fire pit is a mess, but we didn't have a fire anyway, so it was fine. The weather said it was supposed to rain around 5, and it started raining probably at 5:30. I was really happy that we had our hammocks up and our tarps up and our bug shelter up, which has a tarp, so we were able to hang out in there and stay out of the rain. Our hope for tomorrow is to see a bunch of waterfalls and camp at the last waterfall on the downstream portion of the river, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow as well. And after tonight's rain, the rocks are likely to be pretty slippery, and a lot of the portages have been very rocky. So we're going to have to go pretty slowly, see how far we get, and see what we can accomplish. It looks like it's the middle of the day, but it is after 8 o'clock, and we got up at 5. And we put in a lot of work today, so we're pretty exhausted. Gonna head to bed, get up bright and early tomorrow, and do it all over again. We love this stuff.
How you doing, baby?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. You gonna heat up a little more water?
Yeah, once I finish this.
Oh. Yeah.
Back across the river to the portage trail, where we carefully made our way over the large boulders that line the shore.
So, the crazy part is, that way is Catherine Lake. Right around this bend is the north channel of the Lady Evelyn, so it literally flows in 2 directions. How wild. It's the height of land, I guess. I don't know. What a special place. We did it!
right, we're gonna zigzag through some rocks.
All right, which way?
So right like this is perfect.
Okay.
Should be fine. They're actually kind of deep. We're fine. There is a stick in the water, but that's fine. It's actually kind of nice.
Slow down a little on your end.
Bridalveil Falls was absolutely stunning, but the rain made what was already complicated into an even more dangerous portage trail to navigate.
Video doesn't accurately capture how treacherous this rock cliff was to navigate. We had to rig a pulley system with rope and trees to pull the canoe across, and Travis ended up having to carry all the gear because I could barely manage to get myself across.
The ground was slick with the water on the rocks and the loose pine needles. Every step had to be carefully calculated to prevent falling, a task made more difficult when weaving the long canoe through narrow spaces between trees.
epic. That's why we're here. Chasing waterfalls. Hard work though. Holy smokes.
Hard, slippery work.
That was intense.
Kind of crazy that we did this in that.
Oh my gosh. In the middle of it raining. And then the sun came out when we were done with the hardest part. All good. We took our time. We were safe. Now we just had a short paddle and a long, but less steep, portage to go. We would soon be at camp and our last waterfall of the trip. Because it's like, you can't really walk over there.
Wait. Can we on?
I don't think so. It's just like...
Yeah, portage on the left, very close to a rapid. So, I don't know what that means. Yeah, look at the elevation change.
Fat Man Falls is notorious for its particularly steep and complicated portage.
So now the plan is I'm going to turn it up, flip it upside down,
Okay.
and just send it down to you slowly. Okay. Oh, I'm such a beast.
You are.
Woo!
Careful on these rocks. These are slick. Keep off. Now we have to squeeze. What would you like to do here, love?
All right. I'm going to step down.
Are you going to walk through?
Yep.
Can I stay out of the way?
Yep.
Careful with those wet feet.
Yep, that's why I've got a hand planted as well.
Clear, you're good. Ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay, nice and easy. All right. I have to set this end down because I have to take a step down. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What are we doing? All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can you hold it there?
Yep.
I still got a hand on it.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
Okay. I think I
So-
can fall backwards.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna come down and we're gonna come this way a little bit. Okay?
Okay. You ready?
Yep. Ready? All right, I got it. All right, because we got to get it to right there. So
To that flat spot there?
this flat spot here, and then the portage tomorrow morning we're going to turn it upside down, tie it to the tree, and tomorrow morning we'll right side it and put it down on those rocks.
Okay.
Okay?
Hold on.
Go ahead and bring it on down at your whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm running at your pace right now.
Okay. Ready?
Yep. I got a really good foothold. I got a really good grip on it.
Taking a few steps.
Okay. Can you hold it right there?
Yep.
Okay, I got a good foot. Whenever your speed again.
Okay. Let's go.
we're pretty much at the end.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do,
Just,
so we want to bring it, yeah, right here to where we can turn it upside down.
yep.
So whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3.
We're there.
We're there.
All right.
Chilling in the sun in the Canadian wilderness with my boo at the top of Fat Man Falls.
Do you want to turn around and look at the waterfall?
Oh, yeah.
It is shallow in here, but it looks just mucky.
Shortly after the falls, we decided to skip a portage by lining the canoe down the rapid.
All right.
First lining experience.
First lining, yeah. That went pretty good.
It
I mean, I
did.
know it was nice and easy, but
Hey, that's the best way to do it.
yep. It is very shallow.
Shallow in here. Ooh.
All right, you see the tongue?
Yep. I'm just gonna I'm gonna get down on my knees real quick. And try and keep us in the middle because it is rocky.
You see that rock on the right, on the left, I mean? There's a rock on the river left up here, so we'll stay center still.
Oh, way down there.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking right at her.
Talking to you, dude.
We're looking good.
Okay.
Let's come rightish. There we go. There's some little funky waves here. I'm not sure. All right, and sweep left. Good. Just follow the current.
You see that one rock, river center out there? We're gonna
No.
draw a little bit. Draw us a little bit. This river right up there. You see that?
Down, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Just straight on down the road. Running a little swift.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like much, but when you're tripping, running a swift is a big deal.
Especially when you have no experience.
And with that, we left the river, rejoining Lady Evelyn Lake from the southwest. From here, we'd retrace our path back through Cleary Pond, Diamond Lake, and Sharp Rock Lake.
Hey,
Yeah,
what an excellent trip.
right?
We still got a little bit more to do. I'm kind of sad that it's ending.
For our last night, we returned to the camp we'd stayed at on night 1. Oh, there's that line of rocks.
Huh?
Slow down. We need to go left or right. We can't keep going straight. Pick a side. Thank you. Line of rocks.
Our last night on our Lady Evelyn trip, we started with a beer and we're gonna finish with a beer. Ooh.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, it's not cold, but man, that is good. That's fizzy.
All right, straight for the point, right?
Yep, went straight to that point. We don't want to go to the right of that island. We're going to stay right here in the middle of the two.
Yep.
I think. Let's see as we get closer.
Okay. There's more rain.
Yep.
The wind and waves made us nervous in open water, so we paddled hard to make distance as quickly as possible. Lovely day to be a duck.
Indeed.
On our final paddle of the trip.
Whew. It's chilly now that we're moving through the air.
Yep.
We just landed at the end of our trip. 110 kilometers in 6 days, 5 something. Our biggest trip we've ever done.
And we crushed it.
We crushed it the whole way.
Biggest and hardest.
And the hardest. It's very difficult. But we're going to do one last portage up to the truck.
And that's all she wrote.
Hope that it's still there. And that's it. We're going to get the truck loaded up, get changed, I am so proud of you.
Awesome trip.
I love you.
I love you.
I won the bet.
I'm eating Harvey.